In the annals of organized crime, there are few names that carry the weight and menace of the Mafia. From their humble beginnings in Sicily to their rise in power in the United States, these criminal masterminds have captivated our fascination for decades. But behind every successful Mafia boss is a web of loyal soldiers, cunning underbosses, and scheming capos. Each of them plays a vital role in the organization's hierarchy, working together to maintain their grip on power and wealth. However, it is often the quietest members of the family who hold the most power. They may not be the biggest or the strongest, but they are the smartest and most calculating of them all. From legendary figures like Vito Genovese to modern-day mobsters like Michael Franzese, the Mafia has had its fair share of brilliant minds. These men may not have been household names, but their contributions to the Mafia's success are undeniable. So join us as we take a look at some of the smartest Mafia members who made the biggest impact without ever being the boss. Welcome to my channel. And today let's find out about the smartest Mafia soldier who made the bosses richer. Michael Franzese was born on August 26, 1937 in the Bronx borough of New York City. He grew up in an Italian-American neighborhood and was the son of a Mafia captain. From an early age, he knew he wanted to live a life of crime and dropped out of school in the 9th grade to work for his father's crew. His father's name was Mike Franzese, and this man was also a very smart Mafia soldier. He was so smart that he was always one step ahead of the cops and never went to prison. As a result, he was promoted to become a capo in the Colombo crime family. And when he died, his son Michael took over his position. It wasn't long before Michael Jr. became one of the top earners in the family, raking in millions of dollars a year from his various criminal enterprises. He was involved in everything from gambling and extortion to drug trafficking and money laundering. Despite his success, Franzese always remained in the shadows, preferring to let the bosses take the credit for the family's criminal activities. However, that all changed in 1986 when he was arrested and convicted for racketeering. This was a massive blow to the Colombo crime family and sent shockwaves through the entire Mafia underworld. But instead of letting this defeat him, Franzese used his time in prison to plan his next move. While incarcerated, he decided to write a tell-all book about his life in the Mafia, which detailed all sorts of illegal activities going on in the upper echelons of the Mafia. This included information about how the Mafia was involved in everything from union corruption to political influence peddling. It also revealed all the secrets of the Mafia families and how they operated their criminal businesses. The book was a massive success and became an instant bestseller, much to the chagrin of the Mafia bosses. But Franzese didn't care. He had already made enough money during his time as a mobster, and now he was just looking to cash in on his notoriety. Since then, Franzese has become a prominent figure in the media, appearing on countless TV shows and documentaries about the Mafia. He's even done stand-up comedy routines based on his experiences as a mobster. In fact, he was so popular that for many years he was paid more than any other Mafia turncoat. Nowadays, though, he spends most of his time running a legitimate business and giving lectures about his days as a mobster. Another example of a silent Mafia soldier who made the bosses rich is Frank Thierry. He was a member of the Genovese crime family and started off as a small-time gambler. However, he quickly moved up the ranks thanks to his sharp mind and ability to make money. As a result, he became one of the most trusted men in the family and was given access to some of the most lucrative criminal enterprises. Terry was known for his discretion and never drew attention to himself. He was always willing to do the dirty work and never complained or asked for special treatment. This made him invaluable to the bosses who relied on him to keep their secrets safe. However, Terry's luck eventually ran out in 1980 when he was caught in a police sting operation. He was arrested on drug trafficking charges and sentenced to 15 years in prison. Once inside, Terry wasted no time turning rat and spilled all the beans about the Genovese crime family. He revealed all sorts of illegal activities that were going on, including information about high-ranking members of the family. This was a massive blow to the family and caused a lot of internal strife. But it also made Terry very rich, as he was paid handsomely by the government for his cooperation. After his release from prison, Terry lived the rest of his life in witness protection and never had to worry about money again. Last but not least is Anthony Gospip, Hasso. He was a member of the Lucchese crime family and worked his way up through the ranks by being a bookmaker and a loan shark. As he climbed higher in the family, he gained access to more lucrative criminal activities such as drug trafficking and extortion. However, despite his success, Cascio was never satisfied and always wanted more. This led him to cross the bosses and plan a massive coup to take over the entire family. Cascio planned to kill several high-ranking members of the family, including the boss and the underboss. He assembled a team of loyal soldiers to help him carry out his plan, and they ambushed several targets, killing 2 of them. However, Caccio's luck ran out when he was arrested on murder charges. While in prison, he turned rat and testified against his former associates. This included information about the other family members involved in the coup, as well as details about their criminal activities. This was a massive blow to the Lucci crime family and set them back years. However, Cascio was paid millions of dollars by the government for his cooperation, spent the rest of his life in witness protection, and never had to worry about money again. So there you have it. 3 of the smartest Mafia soldiers who made the bosses rich. They may not have been the leaders, but their contributions to the Mafia's success were undeniable. If you think we missed anyone, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.